are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on the Coach's Corner from 1019 Broadway Avenue, location of the KYNT studios. Yankton Gazelles victorious last night. They got the first win of the season out of the way in the first game. Also the first victory for new head coach Matt Decker, a 33-20 victory for the Gazelles. It was a great night. Coach Matt Decker went off the floor. He had a big standing ovation, kind of a mob scene for him when he came off the floor. It was really excellent to see. Coach is joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. I have 2 interviews for you here today. Logistically, it's hard to get things going here on the Coach's Corner in the winter season, in the early parts at least, getting schedules kind of figured out. I do not have Coach Robert Coyle of Yankton Wrestling, but I have the results from their last matchup for you to talk about. We will talk next week, though. But I do have Coach Justin Olson. Caught up with him yesterday. And then our post-game interview from Coach Matt Decker last night after the Gazelles' victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln. That's all around the corner here on the Coach's Corner. Actually, I just realized I said we had 2 interviews. We actually have 3. I caught up with Coach Chris Haynes yesterday as well. Man, management skills on my end not going well right now. But caught up with Coach Chris Haynes yesterday on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Yankton Bucks basketball preview coming off a state championship. Pretty important. Had a nice opening conversation for the season with him. Very happy to talk to him. I'm very excited for Yankton Bucks basketball as well. Lost 8 seniors, so it's going to be interesting to see some guys we know, but fresh faces starting, and definitely a new chapter of Yankton Bucks basketball. Let's just go ahead and jump right into that interview. This is myself with Coach Chris Haynes of Yankton Bucks basketball yesterday on the Pizza Ranch phone line. All right, let's start talking Yankton Bucks basketball here on the Coach's Corner. Joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line, Coach Chris Haynes of the Yankton Bucks. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bryce. Excited to start back up with our conversations this winter.
Yeah, me as well. You and I were just talking off mic about how can't believe basketball is already here. It just seems everything just goes so fast during the sports year, whether it's fall, winter, or spring. You always think like, oh, I'm going to be sad this is gone. We don't have to wait very long, it seems. Just right away. It comes right back. It's December 1st for Gazelles basketball, and then Bucks will follow suit very shortly after. Speaking of time away, how was your time away with the family, away from basketball? I know you were obviously teaching and helping other sports and things of that nature, but away from the basketball grind, how was your time away?
Yeah, it's been nice. Obviously, always good to get back in the gym. We had a good summer with the guys and open gyms and team camps and with our younger kids. So that's always nice and energetic to see. And we had great numbers through our youth development, and so excited about that, and good to spend some time with the family. Obviously, my wife and I, with our 3 kids, and they're getting involved in youth sports now. So we're chasing them around, and we absolutely love that. And try to fit a family vacation in here and there if we can, Bryce.
I hear that. And Thanksgiving, did it treat your family well?
It did too well. I think I had too much turkey, too much food. So, but that's what the holiday is about, right?
It is. All right, Coach, some coaching staff changes for the Yankton Bucks. Let's talk about one departure, one addition, and then I want you to go over the rest of your staff as we do every year. Talk a little bit about Coach Matt Decker leaving your varsity bench and head coach of the sophomore team to take over the Gazelles program. It's a big deal for him, so congratulations to him again. But will you talk about him just a little bit?
Yeah, obviously he did a great job for us, and we were so appreciative for the years that he put in and coach for us. And he's a really good coach, and he's going to do a great job with the Gazelles. We wish him nothing but the best. Obviously, for us, we were sad to see him go, but just so happy for him. He thought it was a good time for him to move from that assistant to head coach's role and start his own program and lead his own program. And, he's going to do a great job. And, we're just excited that we at least got to keep him in town because, he wanted to be a head coach. And Bryce, we've had that conversation before. And I know at the quarterback club and around town, I told people, it's just a matter of time before Coach Decker is going to be a head coach. And so the fact that we could keep him in town is a good thing for us.
Coach Brady Hale joining your staff. We'll talk a little. Obviously, a lot of people know Coach Brady Hale from his time as a Yankton Buck, and then of course Jack Rabbit. He's been around, but we just talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, he's super excited to have Brady join us. Obviously he played for us and was a first-team All-Stater for us in 2015. Really good high school player, really, really good. I think, he got injured at the end of his senior year basketball season and missed the last 7 games. And if it wasn't for that, going in before that happened, he was in the running for AA Player of the Year. And so just had a really great career, multiple sport athlete, obviously went up to SCSU and had a great kicking career up there. Super excited again to have him back in town, and just somebody that's been through the program and knows the ins and outs of the program. He just jumps right in, and, the terminology is all there. He understands, our philosophy, both on and off the court. And, so there's no really, learning period or that period of, you got to teach the coach and then the coach, teaches the kids. It just was streamlined, and he jumped right in and is doing a great job. And, for me too, to have a former player come back and be on staff is just extra special, and care a lot about Brady, and he's a great kid. And again, just super excited to have him join us.
Coach, graduating players isn't exactly a unique situation. It happens every year, clearly, but coming off the top of a AA championship season a year ago, congratulations again, by the way, but going into your first official practice for the Yankton Bucks team this year and missing 8 guys that you have helped grow up, into the Yankton Bucks that they became, and then going off to do other things. Now, the team, obviously a lot of familiar faces, just, going up into upperclassmen, things of that nature, but a whole new look for a whole new team this year. How weird was that?
Yeah, it's different, obviously. Having 8 seniors last year and relying on them, and obviously they did a great job for us and made a great run to end the season. But, so kind of the storylines for us this year are we're inexperienced and undersized, and so that's not a great combination. But what we do have is, again, we have 2 great senior leaders right now in Landon Potts and Tucker Gilmore. And they've done a great job of right from day one, even this summer, before of being great leaders and really learning from, I think, last year's seniors. And just the group, even though we had 8 seniors last year, Tucker and Landon were really close with those 8 guys. And so a lot of the intangibles that those 8 seniors had last year, Landon and Tucker now have, just being around that and growing up with those guys. So couldn't have been happier with the first week of practice. Again, we got great kids that are working their tails off.
When did practice begin? Sorry to cut you off. When did it begin?
No, yeah, so this Monday. So we've had 2-a-days all week. And so, Monday through Friday, we're 9 practices, 10 practices in. We're getting ready to do our little power read scrimmage here Saturday morning. And then, all of a sudden it's game week next week. But, just super excited. Landon and Tucker will be our captains, and great leadership. And then we got 7 juniors, obviously 1 injury. So six juniors playing right now. So just 8 upperclassmen. And then we have 6 sophomores right now that have been rotating through and practicing with us on the varsity court.
Love it to see it, and getting to know a lot of new guys, getting more playing time, as you mentioned. Coach, I know this is going to be a very general overview. I don't expect you to go too deep into it, but AA basketball, we talk every year. There's been years where it's been very top-heavy. There's been years where it's very even, like last year. Kind of from a very, very early and very open analysis, how does AA look as a whole?
Yeah, very strong this year. With our schedule, we're playing all the AA opponents, so that gets us 18 games, and then the other 2 are T and Sioux Falls Christian, which are perennial powers in Class A. And Sioux Falls Christian this year might be the best team in all of South Dakota, regardless of class. I mean, they're just really, really good, and they're all just juniors. We saw that last year, and they're sophomores. I think we played them last year. It was probably one of our best games of the regular season, if not our best game of the regular season. And Sioux Falls Christian's worse, and we still, we're able to hold them off here at home. So to go up there this year is going to be an extremely tough game. But the first game, Friday night, Harrisburg, they're going to be one of the short one of the teams on the short list to win it all. Like us, we're inexperienced and not very big. They're the opposite. They have 3 returning starters and a couple kids juniors off the bench that played a lot. So they're a team that, I would think if you ask coaches around the state that Harrisburg's one of the teams that most people would consider right up there that should have a chance to win the whole thing.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how the season plays out, Coach. And as you mentioned to begin this interview, for us to continue talking every week for pregame interviews, but also for the Coach's Corner, and of course after games as well. Always appreciate your time, Coach. And I guess we'll see you at the winter tip-off or kickoff, whatever they're calling it, and throughout the season. Thanks for joining us.
You bet, Bryce. It's nice to be back on, and like I said, to starting our conversations, and look forward to the season with you.
Again, thank you for Coach Chris Haynes for joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Really appreciate him taking the time to join us and get us ready for Yankton Bucks basketball. Can't believe that's also around the corner as well. All right, let's take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner, KYNT, KYNTV.
My name is Jacob Foken. Running Songbird Kombucha allows me to show my imaginative spirit. Mount Marty was huge in giving me something to work towards and something to become. I didn't set out to become a kombucha brewer. Sort of everything fell into place. The brewing part is how I can be in touch with my artistry and my imagination.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
There are a lot of rates out there, and it can be tough to find the right one. Well, let's make it easy. With FNBO's special offer CD of 5.5% APY for 3 or 7 months, you can earn more, save more, and do more. That's 5.5% annual percentage yield for 3 or 7 months with a minimum deposit of $500 and an FNBO Premier checking account. Give your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank. FNBO, member FDIC.
Wherever you are in life, you've got plans. You need health insurance for today and for the future. You need Avera Health Plans. Coverage that connects you to community resources, fitness center incentives, and health coaching. You need a health plan that provides solutions for your business and for your family. Learn more at averahealthplans.com. Avera Health Plans, moving health forward.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Olson Pest Technicians can treat and cure them. Right now, they can provide grain fumigation on the farm and do one-shots for homes to keep pests out for the winter. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KIL-BUGS.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Vision Care takes pride in the products we offer.
That's why we offer a wide range of stylish and protective sunglasses from your favorite brands like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and luxury brands like Fendi, Gucci, and more. Our experienced team will help you find the perfect pair of sunglasses to fit your face shape, your style, and your budget. Protect your eyes and look great while doing it. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfasts and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
All right, Yankton Gazelles victorious last night. It was quite a game for the Gazelles right out of the gate, but also for the sub-varsity action. In the C game, Yankton won that one 43-7. Nora Kraske led the way with 11 points. Berkeley Olsen had 10. In the JV matchup, Yankton won 30-18. Leading scorer was Haley Schulte with 6. And then for the varsity, as a team, Yankton shot 24% from 3, 25% field goal percentage, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 team steals. Defense really was the key to it last night. 7 of the 8 players were positive in the plus-minus category statistically. Leading the way offensively for Yankton was Macy Drossman with 11 points. Claire Tereshinsky added 10. Bailey LaCroix and Cameron Koletsky each added 6. We'll jump right into our post-game interview with Coach Matt Decker. A very happy Coach Matt Decker. It was really awesome to see. Let's jump right into that post-game interview. This is from last night following the victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln. Being joined by victorious head coach Matt Decker. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us, and congratulations. Your first victory as head coach comes in the first game, on the first game of the season. It's just a lot of things are really working out. You got a big standing ovation from, I'm assuming, all of the Yankton football team, as well as everyone else. It was a really nice moment. How did it feel in that moment?
You know, I'm just so happy for the team. You know, it really is just a team win, and everybody played together, and that was fun to see. And we had some hiccups, don't get me wrong, but you know, when we play together, good things happen, and we've been preaching that to the girls, and their hard work paid off tonight.
You know, we've seen the athleticism from these girls last few years, but I loved what I saw in defense tonight, swarming the passing lanes, really just aggressive and all ball handlers up and down the floor, kind of an ambush kind of style attack. Just can you kind of tell us about that defensive plan coming into it?
You know, we knew that it was going to be tough to scout Sioux Falls Lincoln just because, you know, it's the first game of the year, but you know, they returned a couple players that we thought they were going to be in the rotation, and you know, we just kind of played to what they were giving us, and we really didn't focus too much on them, but we focused on our strengths, and that was defense. When we defend, good things happen on the other side of the court, and you know, it was a low-scoring game, but you know, we're just happy our defense really worked hard tonight.
What was the first moments in the locker room like when the girls saw you come in?
You know, they were jumping for joy, and that makes everything worth it. You know, it's seeing just how happy they are together, and you know, they're hanging out after the game, and you know, that's what it's about. Just giving the good experiences for them to remember this stuff.
Yeah, so now you have a Huron that will be coming up here in short order, but just kind of what is the rest of the week? When you have this early of a game, it seems like your schedule is just kind of all wonky compared to, like, say, the Bucks or something like that. So just kind of what's your schedule looking like this week?
Coming up, we have Huron on Tuesday, and then we have a doubleheader back at home on Friday coming up. So we'll prep for Huron right away, and then just prep for us to go against Harrisburg, and then the boys shortly after us there. And you know, those are tough 2 games though, and we get both of them. I believe we get Huron They won't have played anybody yet, so we'll get them the first game, and that's tough and good at the same time because we don't know who their personnel is really, and they get one game of scouting on us, so it's tough. It's kind of a catch-22 there.
You're the number one team in AA now, right?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that yet.
No, obviously technicality. It's
right,
awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Last question I'll have about this, but a lot of people here to watch you in your first head coaching experience, and is it everything you thought it was going to be? Obviously, you're no stranger to the bench, obviously, as a coach in general, head coach of the sub-varsity, but as a varsity head coach, this is everything you wanted it to be.
This is a dream come true, and we've been telling the girls, and program-wide, we have a saying, dare to dream. When you have a dream and you work hard like these girls do, and we have some goals in season, such as stealing some games, and we wanted that to happen versus this game, and we feel like we accomplished that goal. So this is a dream come true for me, that's really all I can say is dream come true.
Well, we'll talk plenty throughout the season. Coach, congratulations. Big victory to you and to the team, of course, and go celebrate. We'll get you out of here, okay?
Thanks, Bryce.
All right, that was Coach Matt Decker. Always appreciate him joining us. Thanks again to Coach Matt Decker for joining us last night, immediately following the Gazelles' victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln. We'll go ahead and take a break here on the Coach's Corner. When we come back, we'll start talking Yankton Gazelles gymnastics. I have an interview I had with Coach Justin Olson around the corner. This is the Coach's Corner. Good morning.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to sit and visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time to call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
It's that time of year again, and Yankton Rexall recommends that you protect yourself from the flu bug by getting the flu shot from their pharmacy. Stop by anytime Monday through Friday and receive your seasonal flu shot. No prescription or appointment necessary. They will even bill Medicare or insurance for those eligible. Stop in and get protected from the flu bug this season. Celebrating 100 years, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. Yankton Rexall.
All under one roof. Your medical team at Yankton Medical Clinic includes 43 physicians in 18 specialties. All under one roof, they offer a full-service laboratory, imaging center, pharmacy, and ambulatory surgical center. All under one roof for your convenience for over 75 years. The physicians and staff at Yankton Medical Clinic wish you a healthy, happy holiday season. They are thankful for the support of their communities and look forward to serving you in the year ahead.
The other day, a gal came into the UPS store to drop off a package. On her way out, she noticed the print sample wall and asked if we could print invitations. The answer was, yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 7 years now, the UPS store has been helping hundreds of customers with their printing needs. From basic copies to business cards and invitations to posters, we can print them. Stop out and ask about our current print specials. and see how we can help with your printing needs.
Don't wait for the snow and cold to get here. Now is the time to get your garage and shop doors repaired and serviced before the winter season. It's time to call the Garage Door Professionals. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We will service your door for less problems this winter. So if your garage or shop doors need replacing or just a tune-up, get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Everyone loves something different about our buffet, which is good because buffet has something for everyone. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Come in and fill your plate with good food that makes you feel good inside. Don't see your favorite pizza on the buffet? Request it using Buffet Your Way. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the very first slice. Grab the country's best chicken paired with tasty sides and finish off with sweet cactus bread at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
Are you on the marketplace but not sure how it all works? It does not cost you any more to have a certified licensed agent help you with your plan. With a certified agent, we can help you with your ID cards, billing, EOBs, and more. Contact me, Jen Gray, at Missouri River Associates today. We can review your subsidy, choose a new plan for open enrollment, and explain your benefits. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Corner, KYNT, KYNTV. I caught up with Coach Justin Olson yesterday on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Did a little recap of the competition so far for Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics, a little preview, but also just kind of housekeeping items. You know, what's going on with the Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics, our first talk of the season. And go ahead and play that interview for you right now. This was yesterday with Coach Justin Olson. All right, for the first time of this season, let's start talking Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics. Coach Justin Olson joined us on the Coaches Corner. Talked to him all fall for football, but now for the winter season, as I mentioned. Welcome back to the show, Coach Olson.
Thank you, Bryce. Glad to be, still here and just switching seasons. So excited to get things rolling for gymnastics.
Yeah, it happens fast. I don't have to tell you that, obviously, but it just seems actually the fall seasons were just kind of wrapping up, and you're already getting Gazelle Gymnastics up off the ground. It just you have almost no turnaround time at all, do you?
Yeah, well, this year, which actually the past years, it's overlapped by 1 week. From football overlapping into gymnastics for a week. But this year, I was like, I was hoping that I get the 2 weeks overlap because that means that we made it to state championship week for football. And by golly, that's what happened. And you know what? I had a plan for gymnastics. I have great assistant coaches that handle the afternoon practices. And, I did a little bit of stuff in the morning with the girls. But it was a good system and it worked out. And hopefully that becomes a trend. I won't mind overlapping gymnastics with football for 2 weeks again. So that's a good thing.
Good problem to have, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, let's start talking about those coaches first. We'll get to Tuesday's competition that you had, but we do this every year, kind of the housekeeping episode, so to speak, get us set up for the entire season. Assistant coaches, who's helping Coach Justin Olson this year?
So we have basically a whole turnover from last year, except for one. Coach Haley Dede is returning. She's going on her third year as an assistant varsity and JV coach. So we are happy to have her back. And then helping out at the varsity JV level, we have Ellie Kyer. She is an elementary teacher at Lincoln Elementary, and she was a former Roosevelt gymnast. So she came into the district, first-time teacher in the district here for us. So she is back. And then, of course, replacing the unreplaceable, that Katie Ladwig that you might know a little bit of. We have, but Desiree Johnson is a formidable fit for the middle school program, and she's off and running, and she's doing a wonderful job with those middle school kids as well.
All right, and then as a team, no pressure. I know you're scrambling to get a roster. I'm sorry, but. Now, I wish I would have pulled that one up too, but you did. How's the team looking overall as far as upperclassmen versus the younger girls, kind of the makeup of the team, Coach?
Well, you know what, to be honest with you, Bryce, it's kind of funny that the roster, I mean, we've had times where we had 3 seniors, 4 seniors.
Yeah.
We have 1 senior this year, Ava Collar. But, you know, she's a big one to have on our team. You know, she's kind of the glue that keeps everything together. And she had a pretty good season last year. So we're looking forward to what she's going to bring to the table as far as leadership and talent-wise. And then we have 2 juniors, no sophomores. We have a handful of freshmen, which is going to be great. So we have about 5 freshmen, and then the rest of the roster is filled up with 7th and 8th graders with a total of 20 girls total. So it's up from last year. We had 15, 16. So the roster is young, but most of the girls have that experience that comes over from the River City Gymnastics and another club that's around here too, Flippers as well. Across the way, we had a girl come over that had some experience there. So we might be young, but again, they have some experience, and that will help us out competing, you know, down the road here.
How is the health of the entire Yankton gymnastics program looking? Because I know it starts young, right? I mean, Kirby, my 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old, has been a part of some early stage programs. But how's the numbers looking from that level all the way through the top?
You know what? They're looking really good. You know, we're very fortunate enough to get into, you know, the mall, the event center, Event Central there. You know, we were there going on close to 3 years now in the JCPenney building. So we have 30,000 square feet of gymnastics playground, if you'd say, and it's good. It provides opportunities, like you said, for little gymnasts like Kirby or prospective gymnasts. Even, you know what, to be honest with you, Bryce, gymnastics is such a great core strength, balance, large motor, fine motor, discipline. There's a lot of life skills you can teach through that. And so even if someone is out there that wants to just get their child involved to get a little more flexible and whatnot, you know, it's a great way to do it. A lot of them don't stick with gymnastics, which is fine, but other sports, you know, so we have, you know, programs all the way from, you know, 8 weeks old all the way up to 18 years old. So we pride ourselves on, you know, giving the community a viable option for some quality gymnastics training and tumbling. And, you know, it's proved to be a great feeder into the Yankton High School gymnastics program as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to get Marshall set up, you know, get that footwork started. You know, we talked about that for football, get him on the left tackle, get that feet work stuff going there.
100%, you know? Yeah, that's, and my son too did the boys class, and I tell you what, he's bounding all over the place, and it's a good fit for both boys and girls.
Well, love it to hear that. And I'm imagining now you're just the big dog there at Event Central. You can walk around and all the new stores opening, which is great to see, by the way, but you can go around and be like, hey, I've been here 3 years. You know, you're one of the first of Event Central, though. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, you know, it is. It's kind of neat how now we see some mall walkers in there. Matt Evans has done a great job of breathing some life into that space, and you know, it's going to continue to grow and get bigger, and you know, we're just so ecstatic to be a part of it. You know, because the people that walk through the mall, they see gymnastics. Because I'll be honest with you, I think the world of gymnastics and people knowing that we have a gymnastics club here and opportunities for boys and girls at those young ages to do something active. It's kind of a little known treasure, I think. And it's still, people are like, oh, there's a gymnastics club in town, and they might've lived here all their life, you know? So to get more exposure, it's a great thing. And I'm just excited to see our programs grow and that whole area, just kind of everyone helping each other out, feeding off each other, and just kind of watching everything kind of blossom.
You can get as into it as you want or are able, but as the season progresses, we'll get into the more nitty-gritty of scores and things of that nature. But you do already have one competition under your belt that was at River City Gymnastics Center on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, Tuesday evening. It was Mitchell there, as well as Parkston, Ethan Hansen. Yankton took second, 129.05 score. Mitchell won at 144.7, and then of course Parks and Ethan Hansen a 128.45. Those are the overall scores. Good way to start the season, right? Were you happy with the first initial performance of the year?
100%. You know, it's kind of one of those things where, to be honest with you, it's going to be just a little bit different for qualifying this year, Bryce. Normally in the past, you have our ESD meet, and if you didn't qualify automatically in season, you had a chance to qualify by being one of the top 40 scorers with the ESD and then the East-West region meets combined. But this year they're going to go on average, so it's going to make it a little bit more interesting. So you kind of be on top of your game and be a little more consistent. So they're going to take, you have to score a certain score 3 times throughout the season to in-season qualify. And Ava Collar has done that on floor, scored a 9.35, and the goal is a 9.2. So she does that 9.2 or above 2 more times through the season, then she automatically qualifies, and that goes for any gymnast that we have too. And then she also hit the mark on vault, hitting a 9.0, and that's exactly the mark you need to get. So she does that 2 more times, she qualifies on vault. But so that's kind of what they got to do. But then, on the other events, you just have to kind of be consistent and hit that average. And so if you average if your average hits to be one of the 40 at the end of the season, then you're into the state individual day, which is in Pierre this year. But we're looking forward to continuing on. We had a good start at 129. It's not a bad start. We kind of struggled on beam and bars, which we kind of did last year. So that's kind of be our point of emphasis this season, Bryce, as far as kind of focusing on events and kind of what we need to do. We've had some good floor. Our vault has always been strong, and that proved to be so, last Tuesday. But we're going forward now, and we're going to look forward to getting a little bit better each time we enter that gym, and hopefully we can just keep on adding to our team score.
All right, we'll love to see that. And a little bit of I call it a break, obviously, but back on to Thursday is your next competition. It's quadrangular. That is at the Mitchell Mega Gymnastics Center. Am I mistaken, or why am I thinking that's a new facility? Is that new? I can't remember.
No, that's been around for some time. They did hold their competitions in the high school, but then
so my thinking is new just because it's something I haven't seen that often because they kind of changed it up, right? Where they usually they just renamed it and it's a little tighter space. Seating is kind of wonky, but you can see everything there, and it's kind of an intimate space to watch gymnastics. They have real good equipment, and it's a fun meet every time we go there for sure. Well, it's a rivalry / ESD kind of a little meet there. Mitchell, Pierre, and O'Gorman all there. So good chance to see some other really good competition, right?
Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean it's good for our girls to see kind of what they need to do. Mitchell, they're a perennial powerhouse, and so to watch their girls and how they perform, and some of the things that us as coaches kind of say in the gymnastics practice areas. We got to do this and this and that. And then they see, these girls kind of, doing some of those things. Like, okay, you know what? I can do that, and we're not that far off from where we want to be. And then, of course, you have, Pierre, who is doing really well. And O'Gorman, of course, came off a runner-up there in the state championship. And they lost a couple of their big dogs, but they're always in the hunt. And that's kind of one of those things where, my old alma mater, I like to try to stay out in front of them as much as I can.
Hey, I didn't ask. It's like 5 years in a row. I always ask you about that. And then the 1 year I don't rib you about it, you bring it up.
Yeah, I figured I beat you to the punch, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, yeah. So it's good. It's good competition. I mean, gymnastics in South Dakota, boy, I tell you what, it's good. I mean, there's I talked to a lot of club owners and former gymnasts and coaches that coach in in states where they don't have high school gymnastics. And they're always so jealous when I bring it up that, oh yeah, I coach club and coach high school gymnastics. And they're like, really? So, yeah. And so, I mean, and the level of our high school gymnastics, I mean, it's high. I mean, so we have a lot to be proud of in South Dakota with our gymnastics program. And I'm hoping that, Sioux Falls school district, and hopefully once that lawsuit hits federal court, that they are forced to, carry gymnastics, for the rest of until South Dakota High School Activity Association says, you know what, we're gonna cut the sport, which I hope never ever happens. So I think that's going to be a good thing for opportunities for the females in the state of South Dakota, especially in Sioux Falls, that they now have their opportunity to compete this season for sure, and hopefully they don't have to look over their shoulder wondering if they're going to keep their sport for the upcoming years as well.
Well, look forward to when we have more news on that, because I know that was kind of something that just happened like earlier this week. I saw some articles up at Sioux Falls. I'll ask you about it a little bit, because I'm genuinely curious to know what's really going on. Sometimes I just, things here or there, but someone that probably really has their ear to the story would be you. So, but we are over on time this week because our first conversations are always much longer. But I love to see the sport grow. Love to hear the enthusiasm, Coach, for another Gazelle gymnastics season. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck in your next competition. We'll talk to you next week. Okay.
Thank you, Bryce. Appreciate it. Go Gazelles.
Go Gazelles. As Coach Justin Olson, Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner. Thanks to Coach Justin Olson for joining me yesterday on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Very excited for Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics to keep going throughout the season, and we'll talk to him hopefully almost every single week. I did not get a chance to catch up with Yankton Wrestling again. Coach Robert Coyle and I, our schedules got crisscrossed late last night. However, we will be talking next week. Really excited to talk to him, too. Not just because of Yankton Wrestling, but also because he's went to Northern State University. My entire family did. Love the NSU Wolves. But you'll hear about that when we talk next week. Yankton Bucks Wrestling went 1-1 in their triangular 2 nights ago with Beersford, Alcester Hudson, and Watertown. That was at Watertown. Defeating Beersford, Alcester Hudson 39-36. They fell to Watertown 69-10. Peyton Eustace and Bodie Thurman each went 2-0 on the night. Also picking up wins for the Bucks were Edley Amaro, Devin Koch, Jolton Remnitz Hahn, Dylan Sloan, and Chase Platt. The Bucks, as well as the Gazelles, will be back in Watertown today for the Arrows Dual Tournament. It's actually going to wrap up the Coach's Corner here, as the winter seasons are all officially underway by the time we have a show next week. Really appreciate you joining us on KYNT, KYNTV. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making this possible. To Pizza Ranch for providing the Pizza Ranch phone line. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been the Coach's Corner.
You've been listening to the Coach's Corner show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Remember, you can re-listen or re-watch this show in its entirety by visiting the KYNTV YouTube page. This has been the Coach's Corner show on KYNT, Yankton's home team.